If you're a fan of the first Cook Serve Delicious, fear not. The second is much the same, only expanded. If this is your first look at the series, then there's no better time to pick it up. I thought the first Cook Serve was fantastic. I played it for an entire weekend, straight through. The mechanics are amazing. A strong mix of being a chef and trying to overcome the controls. For people who don't know, Cook Serve Delicious is a game about running a restaurant where you do everything. And I mean everything. From preparing all the food to cleaning the toilet and dishes, it's insane how much this game expects you to do. That's the fun. You'll be creating these dishes from start to finish with keyboard keys that match up to actions and ingredients. It helps you to memorize the recipes. For example, Y for spicy sauce or D to dunk the wings into the fryer. You get to set your own difficulty because you set the menu before starting the day. The more complicated the menu, the more buzz and bigger financial rewards. It can get pretty crazy during rush hour when the restaurant is swamped with customers. You don't even have time to think as you cook as much as possible. Remembering the order helps too, since customers don't like waiting and will leave hungry and angry. I figured if the second game was close to the first, then I would enjoy it a lot, and it is close. Very close. It has the exact same hectic feeling the first one cooked up. This game expands on the first by separating main dishes, side dishes, and drinks. It didn't really make sense in Cook Serve when someone would come in and order only a soda. I'm sure that happens in real restaurants, but it's much more rare than what was in the game. Now, you can select which main courses you want, and then add in sides and drinks to the menu. It makes it so much more like a real restaurant, it's amazing. That leads me to the new prep stations, my favorite addition to the game. There you can prepare some foods before anyone orders it. There were so many times in the first game where I was thinking this is exactly what's missing. Preparing a new lasagna for each person that ordered one was fun, but also insane. Now you can prepare the meatloaf and have a certain amount of servings before you need to prepare more. It still requires time to cook, so you'll need to be preparing items throughout the day to keep inventory up or to keep it fresh. Prepared foods expire after a certain time, depending on the food. This makes it more strategic. When is the best time to prepare the food? You'll want to have enough for rush hour, but don't want the food to expire in the middle of it. I had a few days ruined because I ran out of prepared food. Other items allow for cooking some of the food before, but plating still happens when someone orders. For example, you can grill 8 wieners ahead of time, but when someone orders one, you'll need to slap it in a bun and add condiments. It's nice to prepare these beforehand, but it's not required. It also takes up space in the prep area that could be better used for main dishes and sides. Sides are another category that can be prepared early. You'll want to prepare these for extra cash, and it helps with customer patience. Each side dish that is available adds 15 seconds to patience, meaning customers will wait longer for their food before getting angry. This is great. It makes the prep areas that much more important and gives a risk-reward aspect. You can keep a lot of sides for added patience, but you might run out of main dishes. When someone orders a dish, if a side is available and you prepared their meal perfectly, a side will be added on. Long gone are the days of someone ordering a baked potato for dinner. You get a better sizzle when you perform a perfect order and sell a side. It's pleasing aesthetically and financially. I'm loving these new prep station. It fits perfectly into the restaurant theme and adds another layer of stress. You have to choose between making incoming orders or preparing for the rush hour. It's the biggest mechanical addition to the game and is a significant improvement. I do wish that there was a negative to having a lot of leftover food in the prep area at the end of the day. No one likes wasting food. Maybe that's a feature for hard mode. Otherwise, Cook Serve 2 has added a ton of new levels. They are levels with a set menu and a specific theme. For example, a sports bar with pretzels, beer, and corn dogs. It also adds a lot more food items. It's overall a more polished game with more complicated cooking. Really everything I wanted in a sequel. Side note, I played a press build which was missing any progression. There is a new level up feature, but to what it unlocks, I don't know. Trust me when I say I still feel safe suggesting this game. There are no mouse controls in the menu on this build. I hope when viewing items there's a tooltip, because having it to click into food was one of the most annoying aspects of the last game. When I'm building a menu, I want to know how much the food sells for and if it needs prep. You eventually memorize it and have foods you prefer, but tooltips would be best. I did make a previous video praising the game's controls with a controller, but now it's even more difficult. I might even say it verges on impossible, since you always need to use triggers. With so many more complicated food items, they had to remove the ability to make anything with just the front buttons. I get it, but it's quite a step up where the keyboard controls are similar in style. One of the greatest aspects of this series is that it pulls your attention in so many directions. It can become very stressful. If you like stress and trying to complete tasks as fast as possible, then this game is for you. It continues exactly where the first left off, and any fan of the first should pick this up immediately. Newcomers should not be turned away. There's no story, and this is a better game. I think some will criticize the game because it is too similar to the first. That's fine with me, since Cook Serve Delicious has such a unique flavor, it's not a genre I'm tired of. The prep stations and new recipes add enough that I'll be happy to dive in and try to make a 5-star restaurant again. I actually didn't play the first game until this year and thought it was incredible. I love hectic games like that. And now, so this is a press build, and I can't wait to get my hands on the full game, but there are some things missing from it. And so I just want you to be aware that that's why I called it a first impressions more than a review, but I still feel confident in recommending this game. Thanks for watching.